Hi everyone. Thanks for watching my previous videos and appreciating it. And you can wish me happy birthday. It's my 43rd birthday today. So I'm going to share some of my personal life learnings. And if I'll talk about around 5 points. And if you like it, you may if you feel it is appropriate, you can like it, share it, or subscribe. Though I do not create the videos for likes and any other things, and it is just I get a feeling like tomorrow or maybe today itself I might leave this world, so I must do something for the world. And the minimum I can do is like help nearby people if I can be of any help, and share my views, my learnings with others. Maybe somebody might get uh, some help with that. Okay, so that's the thing. I am just sharing my few points. And if you do not agree with say whatever I am saying, it is also fine. Maybe that is correct also, because the perspective differs, and the something which is right from that perspective, it might be wrong from other perspective. That is absolutely fine, and I respect your views, and I have my own views. I have certain practical things which I have seen in on my life itself. That's why I'm talking about that, and there is nothing other motive of that, saying that. Okay, so last time when I had shared more personal things, it was 3 years back when I had written a blog on my 40th birthday, where I had shared around 40 different aspects about my life, my learnings, and other things. In the last 3 years, I'll talk mostly about last 3 years itself. In the last 3 years, lot had changed in the world and in my personal life. So let's start. On I had my birthday 16th February 2020. All Some people were there. We had a cake cutting and all those things. We went outside, had some dinner, and then after a few days, and we were usually going to office. I was staying in Hyderabad. My office was around 8 to 10 kilometers from my residence, and I used to go every day. And office, all everything was good. Around 19th or 20th February, there was a team outing also. We had been to some place where we had some fun, and it was all there was almost no discussion. I mean, we had heard about something like COVID, but we had almost no cases in India, or maybe a couple of cases might be there, but we had there. And then what happened is, by end of the February, we started hearing something in India also, and by mid of March 2020, we had our machine desktop we brought to our home, and we started working remote. And after that, um, it's been almost 3 years I'm working remote only. So many things changed after that. We had used to have regular meetings, and the Slack channel and other things became our day-to-day discussion. We were not meeting anybody. Almost even the nearby people were not meeting, and nobody comes to anybody's house. We were somehow managing things, and always we have to wear the mask. This was and it was all the nuclear family, and the social media was one. WhatsApp and other things was there where we used to interact and get some information. So this was going on. Cut to 21st of October 2020. Okay, it's been almost like 8 months or 7 months already in the remote working, and I had no plans to go to my home and other things. Like, it was like I was thinking that in a couple of 1 year or so things might change, and because yeah, there is no such plan to go home in the near future. My home is in Bihar, in Pune district, where my parents live. And I got a call in evening 7 p.m., and my mom called that your papa is not feeling well. So I said, what happened? So he had some difficulties in walking and few other problems. So with that, and he was feeling very. I mean, he was not feeling well. Okay, so I said, okay, I'll come. I thought I should go to my home and show to doctors, get the medication done, let him get better for 1 to 2 weeks, and then in that time, if I get time, I can work from home. and then I'll come back. And I had taken only my ticket, my flight ticket, and which was because I wanted some cheaper ticket, because next morning if I go means it will be more costly. So my flight was around 2 or 3 a.m. Morning, so it was very early. I had to start at 1 a.m. itself, so it was very early, maybe 3 or 4 a.m. or so. So that time what happened is, I booked my ticket. So my wife says that we also want to go, and there was some discussion there, and finally I booked the ticket for my wife and my two kids also. And it was a COVID protocol, all the things has to be done, and we had to wear masks and other things. So we went, and we came down to our native place, Bhadotar, Purnia, Bihar. And by seeing me, my father became happy, and things were not that bad as I had assumed. And in fact, the situation became like little normal, so that my father did not even go. So it was a Durga Puja time, Dasara time, and it was sixth or seventh day of the Dasara. So it's like 10th day of Dasara is considered auspicious to go somewhere. So, but not before that. So we didn't go to hospital also in 3 days, and after Dasara we went to. I met the doctors there whom they were showing already in Purnia. So, and we got some medications, and things were not improving. Then we tried other doctor, we tried other types of doctor, Ayurvedic, and so many other things. Things happened, and he has slightly improved, but he needs 24/7 somebody beside him to assist for few things, which my mother does that. Okay, that was one thing I wanted to share that. And what happened is, after that, when I came back, came to home, and then I had got my laptop. I arranged my internet and other things in the nearby place, 1 hour distance from my native, because my native is in village, and the nearby city Purnia. I took a house on rent, because I realized that it's very difficult to go back to Hyderabad now, even though I have my own house there. And I just came. It was, we were not able to even clean the utensils. There were some clothes which was in washing machine. We just spread it. We had no time to go. Within few hours we started from Hyderabad, right? So so that was the situation, right? And I came back, and then here I find that as a single son, and my two sisters, they are at different places. So I thought, I have to stay here. And I had not thought that COVID will, I don't be over so soon, or something like that. Like I don't mind that getting over. And but my situation is like, I don't want to go back. And it's my dharma to be staying here and serve my parents. Oh, okay. So that's not the point actually, whether I'll go back or not. The point was, such something suddenly happens, and initially I planned only to come myself, but I came along with my family, and my family, my wife and my kids, has not gone back. I went to Hyderabad two times after that, but in they have not gone yet, right? So that was one thing. Then things are again going, and things are okay. On 7th of March 2021, and I I I apologize to my in-laws side, and if they feel that I should not have shared this thing, but this is important to convey my message. And please, okay. So what happened is, on 7th of March, it was my wife's birthday. My father-in-law, mother-in-law, a lot of people had come, and we had good party. And uh, around 11 p.m. they left on 7th of March 2021, and they had the car, and they went, morning 9 a.m., around 9 a.m. I'm in a meeting. There was some morning meeting. I'm in a meeting. Okay, I get a call from my mother-in-law, and she says that Papa is not feeling well. I mean, my father-in-law is not feeling well. He's complaining of headache. So I said, is there someone who can take him to hospital? I'll come, because the hospital is nearby to my place, where we stay in same city, but at different places, right? So my mother-in-law, father-in-law, they also stay in same city. And so they just they got some arrangements done of ambulance or something, and they reached hospital. I also reached there. and uh, immediately all the CT scan, other things happened, and he was put on one ventilator. And after 2 days, on 10th morning, doctors, so we couldn't save him. uh, I was there in the hospital from 7th till 10th, and then for all these rituals till maybe 24th or so, I took this long leave, and thanks to my managers who approved this long leave. My father-in-law, I was very much attached to him. He used to respect me, okay? He used to love me, and I lost a uh, support system, and he was just 62 years old. So that is what life is. Okay. So yeah, that was second thing. Then what happened? Then again, okay, things has to move, and after 23rd or 24th, it was actually I visit my mother and father every weekend. So it was long 2 3 weeks. I couldn't go to my parents. Right, they are at different place. My father-in-law, their birthplace is different place, and I had not gone. So I had to go back to my native also for after 3 weeks, and it was a Holi on 27th or 28th like that, on March, and I, I I didn't celebrate that. It was obvious, and so the point is he was almost healthy, not something big complaints, and he was just 62 years old, and it was not time to go. But that is what life is. You, I'm talking right now, and I might not be there tomorrow. This thing, when I say this, my family people say that don't say this, something bad will happen. And one of the astrologer I remember was when I was in Patna, and I simply showed my hand to him, and he said, "You will be, short aged, and something around 27 or 28 is what he has said that you will live." And I was very young at that time, maybe 15, 16 years old. So he had said 27, 28. I'm 43 right now, so you can just think. And I don't know till how many years somebody will live, or nobody knows about that. Okay, so that's separate thing. But the point was, life is so sudden, and this will happen to everybody. It's not just me. But I'm sharing this because I want to convey something out of this. Then cut to something around 15th or 20th April, I was giving a KT to my team. I had moved to some other team. I was giving KT to my team. Something on on my company side. So uh, I got a call from one of my closest friends. I have very limited set of friends, and we were only few friends in Bangalore. We used to hang around always, and our family was were like a family member. I got a call from my close friend, and I thought, I'll just mute in the meeting, Google Meet I was using, and I'll mute it and just say that I'll call you. I just picked the call, and I said, "Hey, and I'll call you in 30 minutes." He says, "Your bhabhi name is not there. She left us." That 2 3 words he said. I disconnected the meeting, and I talked to that person, and that Bhabi, my like sister-in-law, like my friend's wife, she used to care for me like her own brother-in-law. It's like the day once she had come after marriage to my friend, I was there to receive her with bouquet, and they had a lot of things, lot of suitcase. So I said, "What is this? So many luggages you have, and so many things we used to have. We used to sometimes fight and on few things, and when I go, and I like sweets, so she always prepare the sweet for me, and whatever some tahari or something like that she used to prepare, and some sweets for me. And so I started again, and we were very limited friends. I can't explain more than that because of privacy reason, but we so that happened. And I was kind of, I think I took the off on that day. I said no, I cannot work. It's very difficult to process. And she uh, she had got COVID, and a few days. Okay, no, forget that. And so it was tough. COVID, because of COVID, the family and my friend could not save her. They tried always, almost. It's like not tried a lot. After struggling for around 10 days, she left us, and that was another story I wanted to share. Then that was in April 2021. Then things again moved, and things are going on and going on. And then I in September, around September 2022, some few months before, uh, it was again a Durga Puja time, September and or so. My mother complained of throat pain, and she says that this is happening since almost a year. And I take some no gargle or some hot water, and things work, but still I get some irritations. I'm not feeling that comfortable here in throat. So I said, no, 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 immediately you have to go to hospital. And generally we don't travel in Durga Puja time, but between Durga Puja time, I took my mother next day morning, and we came to the hospital here in Purnia, and I showed them. They gave the medicines, but for 10 days it didn't help that much. And then again we went to a different doctor, and then there was some blood tests and so many other tests. And the blood test had something odd, something odd. And it was terrifying actually. And so I don't want to disclose more than that, but it was terrifying. It was terrible, that information that okay, something is increased. And I didn't say this to my mother, because she will not see all those reports, and I used to handle that thing, right? So I went alone to the doctor and talked to him, and he said, no, this might be because of infection, and this is possible that it will subside. But if it is taking effect, that particular thing which is increasing, if it is getting controlled by these medicines, then nothing much to worry. And but you have to keep doing this test and all, have a regular checkup done on that. So but I was kind of very nervous. In fact, I called one of my friend that no, I cannot go alone in that room to meet doctor, you come. That person came, and I went with him to that room. So much frightened I was. So and my mother is she takes care of my father, right? And you never know. So then after that, the doctor given high dose antibiotic 2 times. Injection was given every day for 10 days. So after it was said that after 8 days or so you do the test once again. This 8 days, and this was known, this that okay, there is something scary in that report, was known only to very few people, my wife and my younger sister. And it was tough. It was tough. This 8 days, I shared this with some of my colleagues as well. They supported me, and my work was getting affected because of this, obviously. And it was tough, this 8 days. But after 8 days, what happened is that number, even though it was still higher than the expected ones for the normal, but it came down heavily. It came down very heavily. And the I think doctor concluded that the other further detailed testing, some of the tests are not available in my city also. It's quite costly test and all, but they don't have this test in my city. Either they take the test and on blood sample and send it to some other bigger cities, or you have to travel outside. So that he said no, not needed right now. Those tests are not needed. I mean, she will be all right. Say this, it was just infection and nothing much. And but then again she was having some more problems after same problem was not getting cured. So I went to the third doctor, and that time again some other endoscopy, and there was some uh, you know some doubts. And So all the tests were done. It was tough time again, and nothing, thing came out which is troublesome, and I am kind of better off now. My mother is okay, kind of, but the problem is still having some problems. There are some problems which is which we are working on. I mean, the medicines are taking effect, but nothing much to worry at. That's the right now the status is. And overall, right now, this is my birthday today, right? And my wife had a surprise cake, and she had got. I did a cake cutting yesterday, and remember I said the second story about my father-in-law. Tomorrow is his second death anniversary. So I might, for people who do not know, there is a separate calendar which we follow in Hindu, which is that moon calendar. So even though the death happened on 10th of March of 2021, it's as the per the Hindu thing, Hindu calendar, it's tomorrow which is happening, and tomorrow there will be a ritual, and a lot of I will also travel there. It's around one and a half hour journey from my place, so I'll travel there. Uh, my wife has already gone to that place, and I'll travel tomorrow to that ceremony. And it's tough. Life is tough. Probably, I in no other videos also I get into the bit emotional because I want people to feel that pain, and that's real. And probably I don't know if I so that these are the some of the things I just wanted to share with you. Apart from that, I know one of my brother who gave me a feedback that yeah, why don't you make small videos, like 10 minutes, under 10 minutes, that will be more effective. And I said okay, I'll try, but again I see that it's already 22 minutes, but I have 5 minutes content to talk about, which is like some one more aspect of that. There was one story. Please try to relate with, try to visualize this. My one of my very close relatives told me this story, that once a god, forget about any god. I mean, take any god for example, was eating, having lunch, and this god suddenly, runs. He leaves the food and runs, and then within 30 seconds or 40 seconds he come back. So his wife was serving him the food, asks, what happened, god? I mean, why did you run just and came back immediately? What happened? So he says, on earth, where I manage the things, god manages everything in the universe. There was a kid, a small kid, and there was he might be 2 3 years old, and there was a snake which was coming very near to him. And so I thought I will go and save him. Okay, but when I was going towards there, I saw that this kid has taken a has taken a stick. Somehow he had got the stick, and he just put the stick there, and the snake is going away. So because now that person is capable of to save uh, themselves, so no need to give. That is just an indication. I know that this didn't really happen. It is all sayings to convey some message. We understand that. Okay, everybody understands that. Okay, so now the message was, if there is weak people, if there is somebody who needs help, who cannot do something by themselves, the karma, and so God is there to help, right? But is it real? I am in a dilemma. Okay, let me tell you that whether this all so much fight is happening in entire world, including in India, this casteism, religionism, this I don't want to take the names of different religions. You see what is happening. Just to they say that I'll save this, I'll save my dharma, I'll save my religion, I'll save my God. In one of the Hindi movie PK, the a person hero says that you will save the God, you will save the God, you small tiny person. You see how big the universe is, the multiverse. You will save that person or the thing who is controlling this entire universe. Do you think that you're capable to do that? No, you are not. And see, the my I know sometime I believe that all this whatever is religious scriptures, they are really right, and probably that thing really happened, and they had some extra powers, and they used to live very long, and all those things. Sometime I believe that, but most times I believe that this is just again like the previous story. That's also just a story, and to convey some message that okay, you must be a good son, good father, good wife, and how you should behave with your people whom you are ruling as a king, all those things. It is just a message. In any scripture, there are some interpretations which is incorrectly represented, in my view, which is causing a lot of conflicts in the world. But I just try to go a little above of this small things, the name of the god and other things. There's just think that there is somebody or something like a gravitational force is controlling a lot of things, right? Similarly, there is some force. That person, let's not even try to in some religion like my religion, they put it like okay, this is Rama, this is Shiva, this is this, and some other religion they put it like say Isa Masih and other thing. That's absolutely fine. It's just the religion, till the time it is the way of worship of that Almighty, whatever you name. You can worship a book, you can worship a cow, you can worship anything, whatever you like. Unless till then time it is just the way of worship, there is absolutely no problem. I am fine with religion, though it was okay if there was only one religion, but it's okay. It's okay to have multiple religions. Though just something in our particular thing, just I know it might not be relevant for people outside India, like caste. Inside the Hindu religion or Sanatan religion, there are sub caste. I don't know. This should not be there. This should be abolished. This caste system at all, because the way of worship is also same, almost same, right? On what basis you have the difference? Other in the olden times, they used to be based on the work, like somebody is doing fighting and somebody is saving the people. They are called kshatriya and all those things. I don't want to again give that. Those were, let's, whatever is past. We can't change that, right? Is there any way to change that? What happened in something is written on something. All those things are done. But this is the time we have to scrap this, at least this casteism, and if possible religion also. But I mean, see, I just I in the previous videos I was telling that, right? I like it when my friend who is in a different religion who does some other way of worship. I'm absolutely fine with that. It's interesting. I like that colorful thing. Why what is wrong with that? It's okay. Let them worship. Let other person or you not trouble others. I'll tell you one more thing. There was I know this is a kind of joke type. Is like God's a human asked to God, uh, "Hey God, why did you create me?" God said, "It was a return favor." Okay, I don't want to further dig down there. Just think about this. Okay, so having said all these things, the conclusion I want to say, I I, I just want to conclude. Please bear with me. I'd written all those things here. I don't know how much I covered. I think I missed quite a few points which I had written. Uh, okay, so on the thing which somebody is weak and God is there to help. Sometimes I feel that okay, there is definitely some almighty, something, somebody is there, or something is there which is controlling, which is making things work, and this no probabilistic thing, something might happen. There are so many parameters which is controlling what will happen next, and there are some things which is out of those parameters also. So who is controlling all those things? Okay, so maybe there is somebody, but this notion, I sometimes challenge myself on this notion that God will really help those which need help. Why I am questioning that is, you see what happened in Turkey right now, in Syria. 20,000 plus people died. A lot of kids, a lot of women, they died in that. Every day, some in USA there is some school shootout. In India there is somebody is raping the small kid. You see that? How disgusting. I mean, and what is happening? Many people who are doing bad things, they are kind of okay. I don't know. Inside they are hard. They might be not be getting good night sleep or something like that. But at least They don't fear this almighty, right? They fear this government, the people, the other person who will take the revenge. Okay, that is, and the the police, and the security forces and the law enforcement agencies, they fear with that, not with probably the God. Okay, that's why they do these mistakes, right? They do this, and they misbehave with people, they are rude with somebody, they don't they think that I'm entitled to something. I mean, come on, you are going to die in a minute. You never know. Behave yourself. Okay, you are not entitled to anything. You'll become a dust in a moment. Okay, so anybody who thinks is very proud of things and behave rudely, and there are many people, many people, most people, they don't understand this small thing, that we have to be polite with people in under rank or any rank. I mean, that doesn't matter. I know it doesn't take much to behave respectfully. Even if suppose you have to lead somebody, to guide somebody something, or to get answerable something, even that is fine, but it has to be with respect. It need not be rude. Okay, so with that, I just want to say, thank you for staying till here, and I'll see you in the next blog. I'll write that, maybe you never know what is happening in the IT world. You never know what will happen. So I keep making these videos in coming future also, and some blogs. Yeah, thanks a lot everyone, and thank you. Take care. Bye.